all over this state, talking to thousands of people about what's at stake here. And I have to say, I am so happy to see all of you here taking this responsibility seriously. Thank you. Thank you for coming out this morning. I want to thank Governor Josh Shapiro. How fantastic is it that he came over? Chairman Kevin McCabe, for leading the fight here in Middlesex County. Thank you, everyone. Thank you to all our electeds. Thank you, everyone, for coming out. I gotta say, I've thought a lot about what is going on in this country. I'm sure you all have. And what it really means. And I keep coming back to this idea that this is about opportunity. Who has access to it? Who gets a seat at the table? And who doesn't? And for my entire life, this country has opened up opportunity. We've never been perfect. Nobody said we had a perfect union. We've always been fighting for a more perfect union. Advancing opportunity, opening it up for people. That's what I've seen in my own family. You know, my mom's side of the family lost everything in the Great Depression. My grandpa's dad lost his job, lost their house. They had to move back onto the farm. And yet after the war, my grandpa got a good union job. And because of that job, he was able to put my family squarely into the middle class. I look at that job as part of the reason I am here with you today. And it didn't stop there. It was on my dad's side of the family. You know, he grew up poor in West Virginia. By the time he was 13, both of his parents had died. And yet, he was able to work hard and put himself through college. And back in those days, he didn't go into debt for 30 years. He was able to get a good job. That is another reason that my family has been put squarely into the middle class. But it didn't stop there. It's not some stories from my grandparents or from my parents. I've seen it in my own life. Because when I told my dad that I wanted to be a Navy pilot, that I wanted to go to the Naval Academy, he looked at me and he kind of shook his head and said, you know what, Mike, I don't know if the Naval Academy takes women. And I don't know if the Navy has women pilots. But I knew what this country represented. I knew that this country expanded opportunity. I knew that because my parents had told me that. My teachers had told me that. I learned it on Saturday morning cartoons when I watched Schoolhouse Rock. I knew that this country created opportunity, and I knew I could fulfill my dreams. And sure enough, by the time I graduated from the Naval Academy, I graduated in the first class of women eligible for combat on ships and aircraft. And that's sort of been my fight, expanding opportunity, serving the community, working hard and fighting for New Jerseyans. And there are too many people that haven't had a seat at the table, and yet we were on a path to make sure everybody did, to make sure every child here got a good education regardless of zip code, to make sure we expanded health care to everyone so you had quality and affordable health care, to make sure people had a pathway to a good job, to building something for their family, and maybe then their kids would do just a little bit better than they did. That is what we have been on the path to creating. And that is what's at stake in this election. Because everything I just described is being attacked by Donald Trump and my opponent, Jack Ciattarelli, as he tries to take away health care, as he tries to freeze the funding for the Gateway Tunnel project, as he tries to raise your electricity costs. At every turn, Jack Ciattarelli has given him an A. An A. I'm glad you're all sitting down because you are going to be shocked to hear that I give the President of the United States an F. So as I am fighting incredibly hard for people to lower costs, I'm going to freeze those rate hikes on day one by declaring a state of emergency. We're going to cut through red tape and permitting delays, saving you time and money. I'm going to make sure to expand that first-time homebuyers programs so people can get a foot in the door, build their family's wealth. But at the same time, I'm going to take on those landlords who are colluding to drive up rental prices. And as I'm trying to lower costs, we see a tariff program. I call it a worldwide extortion racket. Because as you pay more from everything from your cup of coffee to the groceries you buy, President Trump and his family have pocketed billions. I don't know if you've seen the latest numbers, but the deficit went up by $1 trillion, the fastest it's ever increased in about a little over 70 days under President Trump. So how is it that the deficit is rising at that rate, and we are spending that kind of money, and yet all of us are paying more for everything? That's what we're fighting. We're fighting for opportunity. We're fighting for affordability. We're fighting for our kids to make sure that they have a better future. This is what we're doing here in New Jersey, and this is why this election matters. So today is a pretty special day. Today, we are not only 10 days out from the election, but this is the first day of early in-person voting in New Jersey. So does everybody know where the Monroe Library is here? All right, it's about 5 miles away. All right? So I want everybody who hasn't voted yet, if you don't vote by mail, this is your day. This is the day to vote. Because I'm going to let you guys in on a secret. New Jersey is not a red state. New Jersey is not even a purple state. I have seen the voter registration numbers. So I can tell you with a great degree of confidence that New Jersey is a blue state.